Uh, so then from here, so now we're going to come back to our direct select tool, and we're going to select our entire text here. We're going to go up to edit, copy, and edit, paste. So now we have basically the same exact thing as what we just pasted. It's a copied layer, but the important part is you need to remember that this is the top layer, which we are actually just going to be dragging into Photoshop as a smart object in a minute. I'm going to show you that. So go back to the first text that we had, our bottom layer here. We're going to select that, and we're going to come up to filter, or excuse me, rather effect, and then we're going to come down to path and offset path. Okay. Now here's where some of the interesting things come in. You'll notice that in Illustrator you don't default have a preview box, again because a lot of the effects for the vectorization and the rasterization process, it takes a while for your computer to compute the algorithm in order to get everything nice and smooth. So if you want to preview, you can preview it. You can click the box after you have a general idea of what you want, but don't preview it until then, I guess is what I'd recommend. So because I basically know the size, I'm going to come down here and we're going to go to round, and the miter I'm going to turn down to 3, and now I'm just going to show you a preview it. So you'll see now pretty much all of my text is sticking together like I want. I'm actually probably going to go up to 4 just to see, and you'll see the difference. So that gives you kind of an outline effect right there, and that's what we're really looking for on this. So now we're just going to be dragging both of these back into Photoshop. Now, like I said, could you do this in Photoshop? Yes, but as you see, you get the most accurate representation of the outline that we're going to be wanting to create here. And if you really want to check your outline, if you're unsure whether you like the selection or not, you can go and you excuse me, select your other text, and we can just change the color on that real quick. White's probably not good because we're not going to be able to see it, but we'll make it just this kind of melon-looking green color right here. And all you have to do is just drag it over it, and you'll see the general effect that we're trying to go for. But like already, like in Photoshop with some post-production effects on that, that's going to look really cool. But already, like, that looks pretty hot. Like, you could throw that on a t-shirt and charge somebody $15 for it, like, call it a day. And because it's it's Illustrator, it's all vector. Like, it doesn't matter whether you want to put this on a pencil or somebody wants to make a billboard. Like, it doesn't matter, it's vector. So that's what's up. I'll tell you right now, you can make money off this. So real deal Holyfield right there. Alright, so anyway, I'm just going to change this back to black. We get black. That's more like gray. That's not the Octomatic I'm looking for. There we go. And I'm just going to drag and drop them into Photoshop. And this is where like the cross compatibility is huge. I bet you didn't even know that you could just drag and drop one object from Illustrator into your Photoshop canvas. So here we have my Vector Smart object, and I'm just going to click enter and place it in here because the size dimension looked pretty good for now. And just so there's no confusion, I'm just going to hide this layer and delete it altogether. And then same deal, you're going to take your other layer of text and you're going to bring it on in, drag and drop right onto your Photoshop canvas. And now the key is you want to keep the same constraints on your text and your outline. In order to do that, you can place that, and then if you really need to, if you don't like the way that each of them are looking, what you can do is a little trick here. You can select both your layers by clicking Control, and when you already have one layer selected, click Control and click on that, and you'll get both of them. And then Control G, or you can come down here and put the little group folder on it. Now you can transform them and scale them down to size. As you see, Control T for your hotkey for shortcut for transform, and now you have the constraint box, which allows you to scale these down both at the same size, so we don't have to worry about getting out of place. So I like that size as it is already, so that doesn't really matter. And then you can just, if you did use the group, you can just click this little down arrow to get back both of your layers to work on individually. So obviously now we need to apply some cool effects to our high-haters, our initial top layer. So in there we're going to right click, go to blending options, and let's see, I'm probably going to do just a nice simple gradient overlay on that. So we're going to open up our gradient overlay dialog box here, and then I'm going to select this down arrow to just select a gradient I have. You're welcome to make one. These are some that I've made personally, and I kind of stick with them. I mean, but obviously, you can use whatever you want. You can download them if you so desire. But let's see, it's kind of summer, so I like that. I kind of like going from dark to light personally, but that's just me. Again, it's just a matter of preference. It's totally up to you. With gradients, though, you want a steady gradation, and what that basically means is you just want to go from a darker color to a lighter color, and you don't want it to be too noticeable. You just want it, again, like steady. Like it's just, think of it like a hill, a gradient. You know, you naturally have to go down there. You don't just jump from the top to the bottom. It wouldn't look natural. So that's good right there. If you want to mess around with your scale and make it like, that would be an example of a bad gradient, because there's an obvious, I mean, if you're going for the metal reflected look, okay, fine, but there's an obvious change in color, whereas if you're going to scale it up, you know, you could change it a little bit and you just get the nice tonal differences. So I like that right there. Now I'm just going to click OK just to come back and see what that looks like on my outline.